He's got the strength. It's just about having that focus and that energy, that intensity that you need at the defensive end.
And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
You know, it's interesting. Chris Paul possessing great quickness, and yet his natural inclination is not to push the pace. He tends to prefer to operate in the half court, running the pick and roll.
You talk about Paul's preference to play in the half court. Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan-Clark tend to flourish in the open floor.
And to me, Kevin, it's really about finding that balance, the right balance. But a good sign for the Clippers has been Blake's development as a half-court offensive weapon. He's shooting it better facing the basket. He's shooting it better with the back of the basket. And he's making his free throws at a higher rate, so that lends itself to being a little more effective in the half-court.
Good observation. Rockets have gotten 6 or 7 shots to fall in the first quarter. They're off and running.
Make it 10 of their last 12 points coming off assists.
Wow, are they moving the ball right now? They look good.
Here's Harden. And that one is stuffed right through.
Guys, that's simply superb. Ball pressure, a run out, and then a dunk in transition.
Exactly, Clark, what they wanted. The aggressive defense to lead to.
Yeah, points in transition.
That's why you want to make the other team feel uncomfortable handling the ball, because you can get easy points out of it at the other end.
And it's Paul missing. And here are the Rockets. They're on a 16-7 run. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Why don't we take this chance now to show you the most active wing defenders in the league? These are this season's steals leaders at small forward. Well, you take a look at Ariza. Such quick hands, second in the NBA. And, of course, Corey Brewer.
And this set of guys can do as much or more damage with their defense as they can with their offense. And that damage isn't just limited to one part of the court.
Yeah, you kick that one right between the uprights, Steve. As small forwards, they're called on to cover a lot of distance at the defensive end. A lot of ground they need to cover. Those steals have come from everywhere.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here. Platoon swap here for the Clippers. Houston with a big group substitution here. Terrence Jones is checked in for Howard. Smith comes in for Brewer. Jason Terry, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Pablo Prigioni. Turkoglu passes to Hawes. The 11-footer. And Jones pulls it down.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
Well, now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Spencer Hawes, an early candidate last season for most improved player, but his hot shooting steadily tailed off, Steve, with the Sixers last year.
Yeah, month after month, you know, his field goal percentage and three-point percentage has dropped. But I thought he found new life when he was traded to the Cavs. Oh, ridiculous.
What a move.
Tore it down that time.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
Those are phenomenal dunks to watch. So much fun.
Turkoglu dishes to Davis. Stolen by Beverly. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Hawes with the block. And Harden wide open. He shoots. The three-pointer is right on target. Harden's got 23 points.
Great teamwork out there, really helping each other out.
Their plan is one. I mean, they're like a symphony. Everybody in harmony and in beat and in rhythm. 5 straight baskets now have resulted because of assists.
Paul with the three. And the rejection by Smith. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
12 seconds with the shot clock. 12.
Beverly with the ball. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. And stolen by Barnes. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
And the other thing they're doing is forcing a lot of turnovers, and that's helping them to get easy points at the other end.
Blake Griffin down low and DeAndre Jordan. CP3 at point with Redick there at the backcourt. And it's Barnes in the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Takes a shot at the elbow. They get a hand on it. Clock at 6. Jones, no luck. Clippers trail by 9.
Well, this last season was the Clippers' 30th in Los Angeles. And for a team that's long played in the Lakers' shadow, for the second season in a row, the Clippers were the best team in LA.
Terry against Barnes. And Beverly kicks to Moniunas. Charity stripe shot. And it's Smith missing.
And for the Clippers, in their 30 years in LA, folks, only 6 times have they finished the regular season with a better winning percentage than the Lakers. Man, it's been domination by the Lakers out there in LA land. So Clipper fans are hoping that this is a sign of things to come going forward for their team, the Clippers.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game. And guys, for the Clippers, acquiring coach Doc Rivers from the Celtics in exchange for a draft pick. In Boston, he'd been the second longest tenured coach in the league after Greg Popovich.
You know, but rather than rebuild, I think he wanted to go for another ring in LA. He's got a lot of authority, final say on personnel decisions. So Doc has really put his stamp on this team.
Houston making some changes. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Terrence Jones. Reza comes in for Moniunas. And James Harden subbed in for Jason Terry. Houston leading by 7. Here's Harden. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
James Harden with the most famous beard in the NBA. In fact, he leaves his barber in charge of trimming it, so you can give him all the credit, or maybe the blame, depending on how you look at it.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Rivers checked in. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Barnes. And Howard, here we go. Deflects the pass. Smith, the pass to Howard. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, and it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Clark.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kevin, Patrick Beverly could make the case for being the league's most disruptive defender at point guard. He said, quote, "I know some people might not like my defense, but I don't really care. I'm physical, I'm tough, and I'm setting the tone. I don't look at the numbers, I just go out there and I guard everyone exactly the same. And that's aggressively, Kevin, exactly what they're looking for."
He gets after it. Nothing easy. Thanks, Doris. Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Spencer Hawes is checked in for Jordan. Davis comes in for Blake Griffin. And Turkoglu is subbed in for J.J. Redick.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
Yeah, what a beautiful connection on that play. The 7'1" Spencer Hawes, a finesse big man, great skill level. 4th among centers last season in assists. 1st among centers in three-pointers made.
What a beautiful pass to set that one up.
The pass might have been pretty, but the finish, I thought, Clark, angry.
That's a heck of a combination. Pretty pass and an angry punch.
I'd call it an irate finish even.
Rockets leading by 9. And Hawes, not just an offensive player, he can rebound and then block shots as well.
Yeah, but he's not really a banger, not really a physical big guy, but he brings some nice assets to the table. He can shoot it, doesn't look for contact, but you don't expect that from him.
You know, Josh Smith is a very talented player, but if you have to pick his game apart, he's a bit of a tweener. You know, he's not really a power forward in a traditional sense, but not a three-man either. He's an athlete who can do a lot of different things, but so much depends on the players he has around him. It needs to be the right fit.
Watch out now. Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
And why not? I mean, the more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Griffin attacking. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Blake Griffin, arguably the top posterizer in the game. But opponents don't like being embarrassed, and they'll take a hard foul on him if need be. Some have said that Griffin needs to retaliate for his own well-being. He's got to go back at some of those guys.
No coverage that time. 28 points for James Harden.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Rockets leading by 13. And Griffin has said he thought about retaliating for the hard fouls, but he said, Steve, you know, it might be best for me, but getting suspended would be very bad for my team. He had his head on straight, obviously.
Well, yeah, credit him for trying to keep his cool and not get caught up in the moment. But understand that there's always a two-way street. He oftentimes initiates the contact, and he's such a physical player that he's always going to get caught up and tangled up with other players.
Now here's Redick, the fast break opportunity. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
Well, they need those kinds of plays right now. I mean, smart defense generating some offense.
That's the way you creep back into a game. Get those key stops, push it down the floor with your transition game.
Paul can't get it to go.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Clippers trail by 13. Puts up the baby hook. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Well, the Rockets, wouldn't you say, are really to be commended, Clark, for rebuilding this team without tearing it down to the studs or tanking, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely, Kevin. I mean, they've improved dramatically with Harden and Howard. But this is a team that's held a winning record in the West now for 8 straight seasons. That's pretty impressive.
It is. Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Howard's checked in for Jones. And Trevor Ariza is subbed in for Josh Smith.
Well, offensively, he's taken a solid opening quarter and just built on it here in the second.
Jordan dishes to Redick. And the wide open shot from Paul. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
It's Harden with the drive. Hammers it down right over the D.
What an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender, giving up so much size, there's no way he's going to get a hand on it.
Steady.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Houston on top, up by 16. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. far, not a tightly contested game, guys.